Hello, everybody. Hello, Ignite Your Life. This is Rick Mirage, the magic man with the healing hands.
And Shashi Maharaj, and we're in the midst of a rainy and flooding Vancouver, British Columbia right now. Not so much right where we are, but about a half an hour away from us, there's torrential downpours going on.
Lots of flooding happening, and but the community has really come together to help those people in need, people who have lost their homes, their farms. Some of them lost their livelihoods, but that's not what we're here to talk about today. I just want to, I'm so grateful that the community really came together to support these people. And blessed that Shashi and I weren't really affected by the torrential storms.
So our topic for today is spending quality time. And so we've been married for 28 years, going on 29 next year. And one of the really key things I think that we've done throughout the 28 years together and the 5 years previously is that throughout we've spent a lot of quality time together and taken vacations and gone on date nights and done things together without the kids. We've done tons of stuff with our families all together, but throughout we've been spending time together as a couple.
Just the two of us. And a lot of times we've had to schedule it in because we do have busy lives. Well, life's busy, especially for you guys who have young kids. You know, life can be really hectic, and to be able to schedule time in is critically important.
And we've also, I think, done a wide variety of types of experiences too. It hasn't just been we have done dinners, tons of dinners out in fancy restaurants and lots of different hikes and things that I really like to do. We've also done lots of personal development type of things over the last 10 years.
And when we do that together, it seems like we're an anomaly. A lot of people say, "Oh, it's so great to see a couple doing this work together." And, and
so it started with emotional type of work. Right.
And trauma release.
That kind of thing. And so we've been going deeper and deeper into who the other person is, I guess, by doing that kind of work together. And that came about a little bit later in life, when our kids were a little older and a little bit easier to leave them. But I guess initially we would do the dinner out, the occasional weekend away.
We had a sort of regular date night. Even when the kids were young, we found babysitting, and we just made the time. It was important to us to do that. And then, as Shashi alluded to, we started to do personal development together, and that is real quality time, because it doesn't seem like it. It's actually scary to do that sort of work together. But the quality of our relationship vastly improved after doing that type of work. And today now, Shashi and I, we sort of have this unspoken, unscheduled Friday night that we hang out together. And it's not, we haven't talked about it. It's not scheduled. We just know we don't schedule it in our lives, and I know, I
know the kids
we
know there will be cheese and crackers and wine.
We end up in the kitchen. We have some cheese and crackers, and some wine and some drinks or whatever. And everyone knows that we sort of gather in the kitchen Friday.
But it's not really,
evenings.
It's not structured. It's not planned. It's not it's kind of just impromptu sort of thing. And it's not always the same. Sometimes we're doing a run or doing a hike or whatever, but and sometimes the Friday nights don't end up that way. But I think
most of the time we end up together, but it's not, it's not something we schedule, but I think we keep it in our minds that, Friday will probably.
This Friday night I was in Lululemon returning stuff that you bought. So it was different.
Yeah, that's right. It was different.
Mhm.
So yeah, it doesn't happen every week, but
Yeah.
generally it does. And you might have those in your relationship as well. Times when you just sort of come together, you're going to come together, and just be aware of that, and just be cognizant that, look, this is time, quality time that we get to spend together. And so, if the more moments we have like that, the greater our relationship.
Yeah.
And
And sometimes, yeah, I think like it's not so much about like the time together, right? Like the amount of time. It's more about the quality. So even if
well,
there
that's
is,
why the topic is quality time.
yeah, like, but even if it's like 3 minutes or 4 minutes or 5 minutes, if it's quality connection,
Yeah.
and you don't get a chance to do a date night, but you do have a couple of minutes where you're really truly in tune and connected, then that can take your relationship so much farther than all this time you spend together. But if you're arguing, or if you're resentful, or if you're bitter, or if you're not feeling good in that time you're together because your mind is off to all the things that you're upset about,
Yeah.
then it's not really doing the relationship any service. So
Absolutely.
maybe just think
Absolutely.
about, like, is the time that you're spending making you closer with that person, or is it bringing you farther apart?
Yeah. And just before we got on this broadcast, we were having a fight. We were having an argument. And it wasn't nasty or anything. We were just we had a disagreement. And but even that in itself, if that's actually communication. You guys we were actually communicating with each other, although we were both like heated, and sort of stuck in our perspective. But that's when you grow as well, right? When you're sort of stuck in your perspective, your partner's stuck in their perspective, and then you're able to see the higher perspective, right? And that's called growth. So that argument did lead to growth for me anyways, right? So it's still that an argument is still quality time if you can glean the gifts from that argument, or that disagreement. If you can glean out the gift, the gift in it. Sashi said something earlier about it doesn't have to be like a scheduled date night or things. It can be 3 or 4 minutes of time together, which is quality, where you actually really connect. And I do this every morning. It's part of my schedule. You've probably heard me talk about it before. I do my breathwork meditation in the morning, and I come down and I connect with Sashi, and I give her a hug, and then we talk about, it's just 3 or 4 minutes, but we talk about, we just connect, and usually talk about what's going to happen in the day, or what's going on for us. And this is what I have a Wired for Connection 6-week program, and that's what I teach. I teach people how to build connection habits. So I call it a connection habit, and we do it all the time. So I do it all the time. I teach everyone with it. Sashi has to go. She has another call to get on. And so we're gonna make this segment a little shorter.
And we can always do another one if this is something you guys want to hear more about, is in terms of quality time and what that consists of. We can do a longer broadcast. So please put it in the chat if this is something you want to hear more about. But yeah, and also other topics you want to hear more about. Do you want to hear about building wealth as a couple together in relationships? Do you want to hear about how to navigate financial issues? Do you want to hear about spirituality? Do you want to hear about parenting? What are the topics you guys want to hear about? Let us know, and then we can tailor our content to you.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And those of you listening on the podcast, if you need to get in touch with us, or have any questions, or want to know more about making habits of connection, the man at rickmirage.com, and younger at sashimaharaj.com.
And then your masterclass, do we want to Is there any of that you want to?
No, I won't. I don't want to talk about that today.
Okay.
Thanks for joining us, everybody. Really
Okay.
appreciate your time. I hope you guys found value in this. Thank you very much. Talk to you later.
Bye.